don't underestimate these years of Maulana Ilyas rahmatullah alayhi before Tabligh began, his childhood, the time that he spent as learning the deen in Saharanpur, the time he spent as a teacher in Mazahiri Ulum, the time he spent in Delhi running his father's madrasa, his elder brother's madrasa in Basti Nizamuddin. This was even before Tabligh kicked off. Don't underestimate these years. Why? Because in the words of Hazrat Maulana Abdul Qadir Raipuri rahmatullah alayhi, whom Maulana Ilyas would go to visit his place after doing the work of Tabligh. He had so much respect for him. He said that Jo kuch Tabligh ko baad mein mila, that whatever Tabligh inherited from the hundreds and millions of people that are affected afterwards, this was due to the effort of Hazrat Maulana Ilyas before the time of Tabligh. Hazrat Ji Maulana Ilyas rahmatullah alayhi, before the work of Tabligh and the form we understand it started, he's established madaris, small or big or whatever areas where people would come, they'd study Quran and Hadith. Now the books mention in 3 years, guess how many madrasas, small madrasas he managed to open? 260 makati. So in those few years, when the first Hafiz graduated, they had a jalsa like we do. So Hazrat Ji Maulana Ilyas rahmatullah, he went to this jalsa and he notices that this Hafiz, mashallah, he's a Hafiz of the Quran, but how is he talking? You know, big mustache, no beard, no topi, no regard for the sunnah, his actions, no regard for salah. And he got really, really upset. He goes that I've done all this work for 3 years and this is the outcome that's happened, okay? And then fast forward, when the work of Tabligh started through inspiration, the Satis will tell you the story of how Hazrat was so upset that he went to the Hijaz, he actually left the country. And then he had inspiration from Ab sallallahu alayhi wasallam that this work of Tabligh would be taken from him, and he came back. Then when this model of Tablighi Jamat came, he noticed when he went on the first Jamaat for 3 days, just 3 days, not 3 years of 260 madrasas, suddenly, mashallah, somebody comes back and the way he talks has changed. He's praying his namaz. He's crying because of his sins. Muh par daadi aa gayi hai, sunnat. 3 days. So you think what I wasn't able to achieve in 3 years, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is now taking from me in 3 days. And give it a chance. Reality is that there is lots of benefits for us, okay? A good friend of mine, he said, my own sister, we tried everything with her. She went to a really good madrasa. She's from a very pious background, but she had no fikr of Akram or respect for parents or these sort of things, okay? But I took her on Jamaat for 3 days. I didn't expect her to go. And she came back. And you know, when I came home, my father had a big smile on his face. Mega, Abu, what's happened? He goes, Beta, something strange happened today. He goes, what? He goes, you know, when I was leaving for work, your sister that we've been having all these problems with, she had put a flask there with hot tea for me to take to work with me without me even telling her. I'm telling this to you because, see, if you were that father, you would understand how happy he was. Again, to the barakat of Tabligh. The hadith I mentioned, quoted by Imam Muslim rahmatullah alayhi, that, you know, you and me, the ummah, we're like traveling on a ship. And the Prophet ﷺ uses the example that if the people on the top deck, first class, whatever, ignore the people on the bottom deck, economy, and the people on the bottom deck, they think, you know, we need some water, let's make a hole in the bottom of the ship. What do you think will happen to everybody on that ship? Everybody will go. The Ummah's problems are not the Tablighi Jamat's problems. The Ummah's problems are not the Ulama's problems. The Ummah's problems are your problems and my problems.